Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today from Wisconsin's Better Business Bureau, it's Tiffany. Tiffany, how you doing today?
I'm great. How about you?
Doing wonderful. And this is a very timely release here. You're nice enough to share out great tips all the time. And I should tell you, Tiffany, that we share a lot of this stuff on our show daily. So we certainly appreciate your help on getting the word out on a variety of different safety topics. But today we're talking about what do you do when a business closes for good? And unfortunately, at the time that we're in here with COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen a lot of businesses closing up for good, unfortunately, and maybe they were holding on for dear life before everything went into effect, but we heard a large retailer just deciding that it, filed for bankruptcy and is closing a lot of stores. So you've got some tips here on how to work your way through this so you don't lose out on some of maybe your purchases or other things related. So first off, how would you sum up this business closing for good? What are we talking about here?
Well, the times have shown that the retail cycle is retail goods and services. It's all cyclical. And right now we're experiencing a high volume of bankruptcy and business closures. And you may have done business with these companies with purchase goods and services that you haven't received yet, and the store is closing their doors. So all is not lost in some cases. So before you just write it off completely, there's some steps that you can take to see if there's an opportunity to receive your money back or to get those goods and services that you paid for upfront.
Yeah, and you've got some good tips here, starting with collecting the receipts and the proof of purchase. Document. Huge.
Right. If you have all those items, especially your receipt and any type of proof of purchase, if you have a contract in place, that's going to arm you with your request for resolution. So that's the starting point, basically. Make sure you have everything so that you can move forward. If you don't have that contract in hand, if you don't have your receipts, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to get through these steps. So the first thing that you want to do is go back to the business. A lot of closing businesses will have contact information on their website, on any communication that they sent you, and see if there's an opportunity for them to resolve it. Just don't write it off without contacting anybody, because some of these business owners, they don't want to close their doors, and they're doing everything that they can to preserve their reputation and work with the customers that have already spent money with them.
Yeah, jumping ahead here, and this is a good point. If a company hasn't filed for bankruptcy yet, the business still is obligated to fulfill your order of goods or services or a refund.
Right, absolutely. So work with that business owner. Don't just write them off. Work with them. They are obligated. If they're closing without bankruptcy, there may be more opportunity for them to want to work with you, because you never know if they're going to come back with another concept and they're going to be a business owner again. So they want to preserve the relationships as well. So another thing that you can do is, if you're not getting resolution with the credit card or with the business, is if you used a credit card that offers you additional protections, go back to your bank, go back to your credit card company, and try to dispute the charge. That's another option for you to possibly get some money back. If you paid with a debit card, you may not have as much protections as a credit card. So extremely important to pay with big purchases with an actual credit card.
Yeah, good information to know. This will be a big one that I think would stand out for people is for warranty items. If you had something that you bought when at a warranty specific to the company, what can we do on that front?
Well, who issued the warranty? Was it the manufacturer or was it the business? If it was the manufacturer, chances are they are going to honor that, because it's a manufacturer warranty. It's not a business warranty. If the business issued it, that's going to be another story. It can go either direction. So again, communication is key here. And when you communicate with these businesses, make sure that you're communicating peacefully, not any demands. Somebody who's, if you're nice to them, they're going to work with you more than if you're demanding that this be done. So really try to work with that business owner. That business owner is probably under extreme stress. They're losing their business. They're closing their doors. there's a lot of emotions going on. So the more empathy that you can give the business owner and the willingness to work with them is more willingness to get your problem resolved.
Yeah, and if a lot of times too, these companies, especially retailers, might sell off the rest to a company that just does. And I'm drawing a blank on the name of that, but basically it's an outsource to sell off the remaining stuff. I can't. What is that called, Tiffany? I drawn a blank. I know you'll know this.
Liquidation.
Thank you,
Oh,
liquidation. Yeah,
yep.
and they that's usually a separate company, and they have a lot of rules when you go down that for path.
Right. If a company sells to a liquidator and they're selling off their items and you still have gift cards for that business, chances are you won't be able to use them. So if you hear in the media that a retailer is closing and you still have gift cards in that drawer that need to be used, go ahead and spend them. Don't wait for other options, because there will be no options if they file bankruptcy. Usually gift card holders are the last to be reimbursed. So extremely important, if you have a gift card or you've received a gift card, spend it quickly. Don't hang on to it.
Yeah, and you've got helpful tips here that I see on the website as well that help with gift cards in bankruptcy specifically. But if people want to find out more on any of this stuff, where can they go, Tiffany?
Check us out on bbb.org.
Yeah, the best place to get the latest information. Thank you so much for the time and the great information, and we'll check back in soon with you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that's Tiffany from Better Business Bureau here out of the Wisconsin branch, I guess I'm going to say. Either way, we appreciate Tiffany and all the help she does here with us on Talking Fitchburg. Take a break. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.